Yes, sir. What's up, good people? It's your boy, the boy Henry Heck, back at it again with another video. And today I wanted to take a moment to speak upon the negatives of XDefiant. We've had this game for about almost 3 weeks now, and I've been getting a couple of games in a day, been enjoying myself. I've only recently, like a few days ago, got the LMG I've been using to bronze. And I've been having a blast. I've been having a grand old time in XDefiant, but it's not a perfect game. It's far from perfect game. No game is perfect anyway, but there are some issues with this game, and I just wanted to take a moment and list out my own personal gripes with the game. Number one, graphics. This is in no way, shape, or form visually a next-gen experience. It's not pleasing to look at. You know, when you look at a game like Call of Duty, you look at a game like even Fortnite with the different art style, you look at Apex with a different art style, they're just more pleasing to the eye to look at. This game is kind of, I don't know. It's just something about it. It don't got that vibe, you know. And it's not like Ubisoft can't make pretty games or can't make games that look graphically impressive, because they can. It's just this game they chose not to for whatever reason. The Division, when it come out, look damn good. These Assassin's Creed games, when they come out, they look damn good. This game is more so in the line of a Siege visually. It don't look bad, but it don't look great, you know. And that's, you know, when I first cut the game, I'm like, man, this don't really look like a next gen title, you know. For whatever reason, maybe they just chose to not put the resources into that, which is fine if that's what they wanted to do, but it was one of my negatives with the game, surely. Because, like I said, I had this complaint with Rise of Ronin. It don't look like a PlayStation 5 only title. And when you have that next gen of PlayStation 5 label on you, I expect a certain level of visuals. You know, not saying that I won't play the game if it don't meet that, but I dock a point for some quality, as far as quality is concerned, because it's not of that next gen quality. Okay. Next, my negative is the hit registration. I've not often enough had issues with hit registration to just be shouting from the rooftops that it's fried and need fixing. But I'm also not blind to the fact that there are hit registration issues. It's been highlighted too many times for it to not be the case. It's not like people are making it up. We've seen visual evidence. There's been clips, people in the Reddit, and it's just more than enough evidence to support the fact that the hit registration ain't where it need to be in a first-person shooter. You know, before we get to talk about nerfing and buffing guns and increasing damage and damage drop off and all these other things, this hit registration has to be addressed. Though they did say that we're going to address it, it hasn't been addressed at the time of making this video. So that's why this is in there, because you get to nerfing and buffing guns and your hit registration ain't fixed. As I stated before, you're going to make another issue because you done buffed the gun when people had hit registration issues with it and complaining. Now, you done created an overpowered weapon simply by not just fixing the main issue in the first place. You know, your SMG might not need a buff. It might just be hit registration issues and multiple people coming across with these issues, thus painting the picture that SMGs need a buff when they really don't. And I just put SMGs out there, but because, you know, a lot of people seem to think that SMGs need a buff. I'm not really gonna dive off into that. You know, generally people always seem to think SMGs need a buff for whatever reason. I don't know if they're just used to the Call of Duty aspect where you can beam people with them, or they expect to win 100% of close range gunfights by just shooting the body. I don't know. I don't use SMGs. But on the topic of weapon nerfs and buffs, my third negative is the sniper rifle situation. With these sniper rifles, it's extremely difficult to counter them or challenge a sniper rifle user. Even if you got them cold first, even if you were shooting at them first, because the flinch on these guns are non-existent. You know, a buddy brought to my attention that, well, he had an idea that if a sniper is ADS and you shoot him, it should knock him out of scope and they have to rescope. I personally think that might be a little too aggressive as a nerf, but he had an explanation behind it as to why people shouldn't be able to just run and gun with a sniper, which is true. They shouldn't be able to just run and gun with a sniper. But I was more so along the line of thinking, just give him some flinch, just give him some flinch, just give him some reticle shake. You know, because if because I use LMGs and I'm aiming down sights, I see him first. I'm laying into him first. Pause. I'm laying into him first. He's not even looking at me. I'm shooting do. He got time to then beat me down and one shot me. I don't mind the one shot headshot. I don't mind the one shot kill to the upper body. I don't mind it. I mean, in my opinion, they don't even need to nerf the damage on it. My thing is, you need too much luck to challenge a sniper and come out and win. You know what I mean? And it might even be cases with hit registration. Could be. But in my mind, if I'm laying into you, you're not even seeing me. But you recognize you getting shot, you movement, you aim at me, and you able to line me up perfectly. That shouldn't be the case. Your reticle should be shaking the whole time you eating bullets. The whole time. And I get that they want to make using snipers fun and quick scoping, and everybody will be able to produce these run and gun sniper clips. That's cool if that's what you want to do, but at the same time, it comes off OP. And it comes off OP because it is. There's no real negatives to running that weapon aside from there's no rapid fire. But you don't need the rapid fire because you one-shot killing anyway. So you do. That's quick enough. That's quick enough. And with the added benefit of you can maintain perfect aim. Like, it should be addressed however they address it. You know, I trust them to do so. You know, it's been enough time for all the sniper people to get all the clips and make their videos, this, that, and third. But to say that specific weapon type don't need adjustment would be just foolish, straight up. You had some people making an argument, people want realism into snipers one shot. Like, don't try to pivot the argument and try to make it about the damage when it's not even necessarily about the damage. I have seen some people speak to that point, but mostly it's just like, bro, y'all need some flinch on that gun, baby. Y'all need some flinch on that joint. Because if you want to pop off with this realism and try to use that, like, well then pistols up close should one shot headshot then. You want to selectively use the quote unquote realism whenever it benefits you and the weapon you use. Like, I ain't got no complaints with the LMG. That's what I use. They're not super OP. You know, what you get with an LMG is the ammo capacity. You got more bullets than everybody else. So you can sit there and just lay and spray. That's well, you can't lay and spray in this game because there's no prone, but you can hold down the lane and spray. And that's what I like doing. You know, you're not just running around with an LMG and you see somebody just pop up from your left. I mean, you can do it sometimes. You can just turn and shoot and kill. But more often times than not, an SMG user is gonna come up and clean you up, which is fine. 9 times out of 10, up close, the SMG gonna win anyway. That's fine. I ain't got no complaint whatsoever. That's like me saying, I should be able to run and gun with an SMG. Foolishness. I mean, running gun like I'm using the SMG. Foolishness. You know, I think these recent cars have created a kind of culture of my gun should be able to do everything. My weapon archetype should be able to do everything, and that's just not. Like, if you got an SMG and you able to outgun or AR at mid to long range, what's the point of even having ARs? What's the point of even having weapon archetypes in the first place? If you could just make a sniper that could be used as a shotgun. You could just make an SMG that you could use as an AR. You can just make an AR that you could use as a sniper. It's like, what's the point of even, you know, you want to sit up here and give all this customization and creativity, but it defeat the whole purpose of having archetypes in the first place. You may as well just have one gun and everybody just build it accordingly. You may as well just have guns on the floor and people just pick them up. It just defeat the whole purpose of weapon archetypes, in my opinion. And you know, some people like that. I personally don't. I'm glad to have a game where people respect the weapon archetypes and the builds of the guns ain't super complex and tuning and all that stuff. I'm just glad to not have all that, because like, it makes it pointless to me. It's not for everybody to hop on YouTube, build the same gun that can do everything, and then complain the next week that something is overpowered, and then they just do it all over again. They just find the next YouTuber that created the next OP build, and then it's just that cycle over and over and over and over and over again. And it ain't fun. And I mean, in a lot of these games, people are gonna gravitate more to the SMG anyway because they like to run a gun, which is fine. But you losing gunfights is not a precedent of your gun need to be bumped. You know, sometimes you running the SMG and you shooting a guy or you catch a guy, he might just catch you. You know, you body. He might just body headshot a couple times and you lose. You know, or he might just, for whatever reason, you might just lose. You know, you're not gonna win 10 out of 10. You're not gonna win 9 out of 10. Your best bet is, if you get an 8 out of 10, that's still a good gun. That gun don't need to be bumped. You know, and if the guns were as trash as some people were trying to make them out to be, then nobody would use them. You know, nobody in these games, nobody uses the trash guns. Nobody does. So the fact that everybody's still using the same thing, it ain't obviously it's not that trash. Because if it was, people would have went on and start using something else. But those are my main negatives as far as the game: the graphics, hit registration, sniper tuning. And then lastly, I probably have to say, because yesterday I got banned. I got banned from the subreddit over something that I thought was funny. But apparently the moderators didn't think it was funny. And I was speaking on, I wasn't speaking. I had replied to a post of an individual whose post got taken down because it was deemed derogatory. And this individual was pretty much just saying that, you know, people complain and then devs are bending the knee to the complainers. It was along those lines. And then I made the comment of, I can see if you're swimming in the kiddie pool, I can see how it would hurt your little feelings. harmless. I thought was harmless. Wasn't no big a deal. I wasn't picking at nobody specifically. You know, I wasn't being derogatory. Anything like that. It was just a little comment, just a harmless comment. And I got banned for that. And I understand not wanting toxicity in a subreddit or server or whatever. I understand that. But at the same time, in you trying to divert or cancel out or close out or shut down toxicity, you're not even allowing people to have fun in the server. Like, bro, that's what people do. People crack jokes. People talk shit. And it's like, I don't know if they feeling like people are just attacking everybody who complains about the game, which I don't agree with, because there's tons of complaining on the subreddit. Tons of it. And there's tons of people pushing back on the complaints. And, well, you know what? I take all that back, because I can't even say if those people are getting banned or not. They may be getting banned. I don't know. You know, I was just speaking to my situation. I didn't think it was bannable. They apparently thought it was bannable. So as far as like the Discord and the Reddit, that's a negative to me, because I should be able to, you know, crack a joke. As long as I'm not just straight up disrespecting nobody. I understand if I was disrespecting somebody, but I wasn't. You know, no, I don't. It's rare that I'll just straight up disrespect somebody on the internet. The only time I straight up disrespect somebody on the internet is if they like coming too crazy, you know. And even then, it won't be necessarily disrespect. I'll just roast, which should be okay. But no one drag it out too much longer. Just want to speak to that, give my brief negatives of the game. You know, I'm not too heavy on nerfing, buffing. You know, I just think certain things need adjustments, and that sniper rifle situation clearly needs to be adjusted. But I will catch y'all in the next one.